Hi everybody, Don Giannetti. I'm going to talk a little bit about camera gear today. If you know anything about me, you know I don't spend a lot of time on gear. I'm kind of a minimalist, even though I own a whole freaking ton of gear. I am kind of a minimalist, and for the last year, my Canon gear has been a little bit neglected, and I kind of feel bad about that. I'm going to have to reverse that a little bit and spend some time with my Canon gear. But on the motorcycle, and I've been spending, for the past year, doing, year and a half, been doing road trips on the motorcycle. I'm looking for something a little bit, more compact to carry with me. My Canon bag is a huge Tenba roller bag. It's, it would be all of my luggage area on the bike for the kit. And so I've been using my DF, my Nikon DF. I love this camera. I think it's an extension of me. I like everything about it. I know some people call it the grandpa cam. I don't give a shit. I'm a grandpa, so what the hell. They say it was modeled after the F3. This is the F3 right here. Still my very favoriteest camera ever. And there's the DF next to it. DF's considerably taller, a little squattier, but DF has the motor in it, and this one, of course, is without the motor. The motor adds another 2.5, 3 inches to the bottom of it, so it makes it quite a large camera. This camera's pretty light, compact. It doesn't have video. I don't care. I don't take this camera to do video. I take it to do images. 16 megapixels, fine with me. Makes an absolutely incredible image. It's got the D4 sensor in it, so it's just a really wonderful camera for my use. It's slow and it's zen-like. If I can explain it any clearer than that, I don't know, but that's what it's like for me. It's turn the dial on the top for shutter speeds, set the ISO over here by turning a dial, not pushing a button. You can set it up to push buttons if you want, but I really like the tactile feel of this camera and how slow that it goes. It really makes me take my time, think about what I'm doing. I have it set up just like an F3. In other words, I don't have thirds of a stop set on here. I can do that on this camera, but I have full stops of shutter speed. I have 500, then 1,000. I have full stops on aperture. I have 5.6 and I have 8. Again, I can set it up differently and have those thirds of a stop, but I never had them before, and I'm just pleased to be working with this camera. It's super. I think you can start to see them on eBay. They're not inexpensive cameras. Nikon made a kind of a boutique camera just for people, like me, stuck in the past, old, Luddites, grandpas. Another thing I like about it is we carry these little autofocus Nikkor AFs, and they don't have motors in them. These are from the early days of autofocus. So this is a 35-1.2. It's probably half the size of the current Nikon 35-1.2 because that one has motors built in it to help it focus faster. This one does not. It totally depends on the motor in the camera to focus it. Some people say that's too slow. Hey, it's instantaneous for me. I push the buttons and focus. And look how small it is. And look what it weighs, nothing. My longer lens is the 85, little short, stubby 85 here, and I run from 28 to 35 f2, 50 millimeter 1.8, and the 85 1.8 as well. And those are the only lenses I have. Those are the only lenses I care to have. I do occasionally bring my 180 millimeter f2.8, but it's totally manual. So as a manual lens, I have to focus it and depend on that little green light that Nikon furnishes. So, make a long story short, it's a very minimal kit. I don't carry any flashes or anything like that with me when I go out on the motorcycle. for the past few rides. It's all been, available light, natural light, what's there. And it makes a super, super compact kit. So with this lens and my 85 and my 50 and my 28 and my cards and all the other stuff that I've got cards, I got a little cleaning brush, and I've got, well, I do have one flash. I have a small little young new that I carry, and it's that it triggers, the whole thing fits in this bag right here. To say that's smaller than my Canon bag is to be facetious in my description. It's way smaller than my Canon bag. I put it around my neck. I let it sit on my lap on the bike so there's no pressure. It's not pulling on my neck, but it's also with me so I don't get off the bike and forget I left my cameras sitting on the bike, which would be really, really terrible idea to do. So that's my Nikon Df kit. I love it. And if you've seen shots from Zion and Bryce, that's Zeiss. If you've seen those shots, pretty much everything I did on the trips was pretty much done with that camera and those lenses. So I don't miss any wider, and I don't miss any longer than the 85 normally. But I do love that 180. It's my favorite lens. It's the lens that really, bought my house and paid the car payment and all the other things. That lens was probably never off that f3 more than 200-300 times max. I mean, that was the lens that I used, and now I've kind of moved more towards the 50 and the 35. So things change. My Nikon DF kit's minimal. It's fun. I love it.